Well, welcome back to Movie Dudes. Today we're going to be talking about the new movie called Scoob.
So before we get into the video, make sure to drop a like down below and then let us know in the comments what you thought of Scoob.
Well, one of my favorite good things about this movie actually was the very beginning. It just kind of brings you back in the nostalgic feel of Scooby-Doo, as they would say in the movie. But it was kind of fun just to see these characters and what they would turn out like when they're not just like a regular cartoon like I was used to as a kid. And I was excited to see the CGI and the way that they would build this thing together. And it was cool. It was really fun. It was cool how they gave them a little bit of an origin story, how they met. And that's about it for me, though, when it comes to being good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think watching the trailer, I actually had really high hopes for it.
Oh, for sure.
Like, because they show a lot of, the first 20, 15 minutes, however long it was, before they jumped to when they were interviewing with Simon Cowell and stuff. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, Simon Cowell came out of nowhere, and it's just really
It's a
out of place. Because even like kids watching the movie,
they're not gonna know who he is.
They're gonna have no idea who Simon Cowell is.
It's the 20-year-old joke.
Yeah. So I mean, they went for it, and I just think that a couple of the jokes in the beginning landed for me, like how Scooby-Doo got his name. I thought was kind of funny, and even the sandwich thing was funny. But after that, it just not a lot of the stuff landed for me at all.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No, it was bad.
As a person who grew up with Scooby-Doo, I had high expectations. And I feel like what they were trying to do is completely kill the whole story so that they can restart from scratch because there's only up from here. That's basically how I feel about it. On other good news is I think that a kid who's never watched Scooby-Doo before might like it because they have no expectation, they have low hopes, everything is just out the door and they could just walk into it with nothing. So my kid, who is 8 years old, might watch it and go, this is one of the greatest movies ever made because it was engaging and funny and they're superheroes and they tried to make it very relevant with many things like IKEA and iPhones and pop culture references. But that's about it. I can't say anything else about it. Nothing else good.
All right, on to the mixed. So I'd say one of the things that I felt just neutral about was the animation. I felt like the animation was, it was cool, but at the same time, I don't really know if that's what I'm looking for from a Scooby-Doo movie. I almost would have liked to see a little older style of animation, like something not so colorful and super well animated. I almost want to see something a little more original. But that's coming from me, where I like the original Scooby-Doo cartoons.
I'm also mixed about, I thought the animation was pretty cool, to be honest with you. But the problem is the only ones who look like the original characters were Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. The rest of them, I'm like, who are these guys? This doesn't even look like them at all.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense to me. So I was turned off, and they almost changed their characters for me, and I didn't like that very much.
All right, on to the bad. So the very first thing pops into my head, the storyline. It's horrible. It's Scooby-Doo shit. It's honestly horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, we go with the Blue Falcon.
Yeah.
What are we doing? This is an origin story, and you're already trying to do a crossover where Scooby-Doo and Shaggy get, brought onto this spaceship.
Yeah.
And we've never even been introed to this Blue Falcon character. Yeah. I know that you mentioned he was in one of the older cartoons.
Yeah.
But I mean, what % of people watching this are even going to know that?
Yeah,
1%?
Well, the problem is that you have the greatest superhero stories in Marvel. You have all these stuff that people just love so much. And I feel like what they did was, hey, since we don't really know what to do with this movie, let's just grab a superhero and that'll make it a great movie.
Yeah.
That was wrong. Just completely wrong. Scooby-Doo the storyline is always mystery, solve it, do it as a team, maybe get split up, get scared.
Yeah.
But they solve the mystery. There was no mystery in this one. There was nothing that was exciting in that sense. They just were like, hey, Marvel's really popular, so let's just put a superhero in there and see what happens.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like they just went for a lot of like low-hanging fruit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
They made like Tinder jokes.
Yeah.
And like a lot of their jokes just didn't really land. And I feel like they did try to make it almost like just a superhero movie where they chase after these different things, and Scooby-Doo ends up being Alexander the Great's dogs.
It was all over the place.
It's like what I really wanted from this movie is I wanted just a classic mystery, super grounded.
Yes.
Super grounded mystery where they
Solid.
don't go into space. There's no like super crazy villain, but maybe the villain is like someone's boss at work or something. Just something really simple.
Relatable. Like it could have been like anything but what it was, basically.
Yeah. And even at the end, they try to make the twist where they pull, his mask off, like every Scooby-Doo movie, and it's Simon Cowell. And you're like, okay, well, maybe that's kind of more interesting than what we got. But then they just pull it off again.
Yeah,
just for the joke. Like they just did that for the joke of, oh, no one goes for the double mask off. And they ruined, like, the shock of it.
Here's the thing, too. I feel bad for Zac Efron. I feel bad for Mark Wahlberg. Two incredible actors who I've enjoyed most of their movies, to be honest with you. This, I'm like, if it were me, I'd be putting a brown bag over my head and walking away and saying, I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't my voice. That was my voice acting double. Like, just something just to get... I feel bad about that they even took this on. I would have said no, personally. Maybe not, because
no, you would have said yes.
I would have said yes.
Both of us would have said yes.
I would have made some money, so I would have said yes. But I feel bad because they're great actors and they were almost destroyed by this.
Yeah, honestly, I even liked the most recent live action Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah,
I liked those better.
Yes.
I didn't even love those.
It's because they stuck true to the story.
But they did like a mystery and that's what I'm looking for Scooby-Doo. I'm not looking for an MCU movie. I'm not looking for a Superman origin story or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that Scooby-Doo is some great, and it's just...
They tried too hard.
Yeah. Just give me a simple story with the characters that we know.
Yep.
They didn't even have to really intro the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked what they did with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, but other than that, we could have just kind of picked up with a mystery.
Yeah.
And we would have all know what was going on.
Just kept it simple. You
Yeah.
know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the year 2020. If you're watching this and it's 2022 and you look back, you're going to think, remember the year that the coronavirus came out? And Scooby-Doo. That's basically what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
A really bad movie, really bad situation. Some good parts, but most of it was just bad.
All right, Julian, what are you going to give Scooby? What grade?
I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 5. There was okay things that were kind of fun and kind of cool. But overall, as someone who grew up with Scooby-Doo, I can't give it any more than that. My kid probably is going to love it, so a 5.
I give this one a 3.
Woo.
3 out of 10. It's just, there's nothing really there's nothing that attractive to me about it. Like, I will probably never rewatch this movie ever.
I'll probably watch it about 10 or 20 times because I have little kids in my house.
Yeah, and it doesn't get that sympathy from me. I'm just giving it a 3 out of 10. I didn't like it at all.
Well, tell us what you thought about this movie as well, if you so dared to watch it. Put it in the comments. We would love to hear what your thoughts are on this. And make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you know every single time we upload a video.